Right, as we start this program, I want to dive into a little bit of mindset before we even get started, because that's going to help you when your enthusiasm wanes. We're right at the start of the process now. You're keen to make a change. You've got loads of energy. You're bursting to go. So pretty much anything that you decide to do, you're probably going to stick with. But after about 2 or 3 weeks, that can often run out, and that happens for a couple of reasons. The first one is that we're not really aligned with why we're doing it in the first place. We don't really understand why we're doing it. We're just doing it because it's January and we want to lose a bit of weight. But what does that help us achieve? And in this program, I'm going to ask you probably a couple of times what your goals are, because I really want you to get clear on that. I'll give you a super quick example. For me, staying lean, staying physically active, staying athletic is a matter of personal pride. I want to be the fittest guy in my cricket team, even though I'm nearly 40. I also want to be able to do all the stuff that I do now when I'm older, because I want to be able to enjoy my retirement. I want to be able to enjoy my latter years in life. I don't want my wife to be helping me get up off the toilet because I've let my body go. And that happens to a lot of people, and it's quite sad. So I don't want to be in that particular situation. So it's not just about having a six pack or looking hench, looking good with your shirt off. All those things are good, but have something else that belongs to the reason you want to lose some fat. The place a lot of people go wrong is, if you look like most people, if you follow the crowd, everyone has a really shit standard for looking after themselves. They'll always take the easy route. It's like, takeaway because I can't be bothered. All of those things, like, everyone else is going out on the piss. I don't really want to go out, but I'll go out anyway because that's what we do. Now, I want you to be better than that. I want you to stop having your standards like in the middle ground and elevate them a bit, because it's only when we lift them up we actually achieve anything in the long run. So here's a couple of examples. Right, I like to keep my standards up here because of all the things that I've already explained. If someone says to me on a Wednesday night, do you want to go out for a beer? And I fancy going out for a beer, I'll go and do it. But I'll probably only have one, because on a Thursday, I don't want to feel like shit. I want to train and I want to get the most out of that. And actually, on a Thursday night, I can go out with a beer for a friend, have one beer, and then still stay out and drink some lime and soda or something and still have the same experience. It doesn't change my personality. I don't need to get shit-faced to have some fun. Likewise, if I'm sat down watching the telly with my wife, I don't need to be stuffing my face with popcorn just because a movie is on, unless I really, really want some. Because, again, doing it just because that's what we always do doesn't add anything. Would the movie be any better if I didn't eat the popcorn, or if I did? No, probably not. Conversely, if it's, say, my best friend's wedding, I know there's going to be a load of drink, there's going to be a load of food, I'm going to want to let rip. That's the time to say, right, I'm happy for my standards to go down here, because I can get so much out of that environment. It's something I really, really want to do. But think about all the other times where you let that high standard slip. Someone's offered you a biscuit in the office, or you can't be bothered to cook, so you're going to dial in a takeaway. Right? Do you really want to let your standards slip, to take the easy route and follow the crowd? Or do you want to be the person that you really want to be? And do you want to be different? Do you want to be someone that people look up to? You probably do. So what I want you to get out of this is go away and have a think about why your standards should be high, where you set them now, and whether you need to elevate them. I also want you to think about all of the times that you let your standards slip and don't get anything in return. When you've had a think about that, maybe even share them in the Facebook group, or let me know what you just think about this overall message, because I think it's one of the most powerful things you can do when you start to make a change.